Shay and my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shay and today we're going to do an unhaul. So I do not like the way my shelves look. I'm not happy with what's on them, so I decided to just live and let go. So I've got a ton of books here and we'll just kind of go through what I am getting rid of. So there are stacks upon stacks upon stacks, and let's go. The first one is going to be The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I was not really keen on The Silent Patient and I was not really keen on this. I think I gave it 3 stars overall, but not enough to keep it. I know this is a very divisive book and yeah, it's going. The next one is going to be Fable by Adrian. I really enjoyed this first one, and then the second one I read, which I don't own, I just was kind of lukewarm on it, gave it 3 stars, so it's going to go. The Unbecoming of Mare Dyer. I never read this, and to be honest, like, I'm out of this teen era and I probably will never read this, so it's going to go. I'm also going to get rid of this duology that starts with Walk on Earth a Stranger by Ray Carson and then Like a River Glorious. These are some YA fantasies that they've been sitting on my shelf forever and I do not think I will get to these. I am going to get rid of my set of these don't even match. So Legend, Prodigy Champion, this one also, they don't match. And I enjoy this series, but overall, do I think it's one I need to keep on my shelf? Probably not. One that may break some hearts is going to be the Scythe Trilogy by Neil Schusterman, which is Scythe, Thunderhead, and The Toll. And I enjoy these when I read them, but I don't think I loved them as much as everybody else. I am also going to get rid of The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker. I've heard great things about this, but to be honest, it's the UK edition. It's not floppy, and I've never seen myself picking this up, and so I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to unhaul that. I'm not really big into Greek mythology. Another one is The Selection by Kiera Cass. I've been going through this series, and while it's like candy and enjoyable, I'm gonna get rid of it because I don't need it. Crown of Feathers by Nikki Palpato. I really enjoyed this first book, and I never continue on, and at this point I don't think I'm gonna reread that to continue on. I have some other books here, and I really enjoyed this series when it came out. I think more than everybody else, but that's going to be the Three Dark Crown series by Kendari Blake, and I don't even own the whole thing, and some of them match, some of them don't. They have deckled edges. I'm just not a fan of that, and I don't think I will ever reread that trilogy. I'm going to also get rid of another trilogy that does not match, and that is going to be starts with Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton. Now, I really liked this trilogy. I think it's very underrated. So you have Rebel of the Sands, Traitor to the Throne, which I gave this book 5 stars, and Hero at the Fall. I really enjoy these, and now that I'm thinking about it, I may keep these. I don't know. See? I don't know, because I'm remembering all this nostalgia from when I read it. I had this old copy of Catcher in the Rye. That is going to go. I have The Black Dahlia by James Elroy. I never read it, and I just have never gravitated towards it. Another old copy of Mark Twain, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Not going to read that. Magic by Septimus Heap. I read this earlier this year, and I may have already featured this in an unhaul video, but I just don't see myself. I thought it was fine. Get a Life, Chloe Brown. This is going to be controversial. I did not love this series as much as everybody else seems to, and I have read the second book in the series, which also, was kind of lukewarm, and so I don't have a reason to have that on my shelves. So The House of the Scorpion, I DNF'd this earlier this year. I just read this duology that starts with The Wrath of the Dawn and The Rose and the Dagger. These are stunning covers. I just didn't care for the books as much as everybody else, and so I'm getting rid of them. I also have Dead Witch Walking by Kim Harrison. That is this old mass market beat up yellowed page copy, and if I ever read that series, I can just, from my library, I have this old copy of Firefly Lane, which now I have a better copy of Firefly Lane that I like, so that can go. The Dark Witch by Nora Roberts. Am I ever going to read this book? No. I kind of bought these mass markets to kind of support my local used bookstore. And I have this copy of The Knife of Never Letting Go, which does not match my other covers, and I've kind of contemplating getting rid of the entire series, but I think for now I'm just going to get rid of this book that doesn't match. Enclave by Ann Aguiri. I've owned this for a little while. I never just felt the need to pick it up. The Child by Fiona Barton, never felt the need to pick it up. Dance of Thieves, which I just read not that long ago, and it was just fine, but no need to keep it. I have this copy of Fireborn, which is the Book a Month copy, which, you know, the rest of the books in the series do not match this. So I'm going to get rid of this and get a matching set. Finally going to get rid of Sorcery of Thorns. Well, I thought this was fine. I don't really remember anything about it, so at this point in time, am I actually going to reread this? No. The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. This is a book that I've had since it came out from Book of the Month, and I don't even know what year that was. Oh, it was just last year. But I've had heard kind of mixed reviews. It's not really in the genre that I typically read, and I've had several like book prompts where I could have used this book, and I just have bypassed it every single time. So not gonna do that. I am also gonna get rid of my copies of Marissa Meyer's Renegades, Arch Enemies, and Supernova. I enjoyed these books when I read them, but am I gonna reread them? No. So they can go. This is gonna hurt some feelings, but I'm going to get rid of The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, and I may try this again in the future, may try to reread it. I did read it, I gave it 3 stars, but I just didn't feel I needed to continue on, so I don't know if it was just the timing that I read it, because I know everybody loves these books, but I was just highly confused through half of it, and I just, you know, just don't need to continue on. I also am going to unhaul Stranger in a Strange Land. This is a classic sci-fi. Do I really think I'm ever going to get to this? Probably not. So it can go. And then the last book I have is going to be The Sword of Destiny by Andrzej Sapkowski. This is one of the short story collections in The Witcher, and I do want to buy the new covers of the 2 short stories of the Witcher collection because I really enjoyed those. But I did not care for the full-length Witcher novels, so I won't be purchasing those, and I had unhauled those earlier this year. So that's a lot of books that are off my shelves and have cleared up some space, and I really need to take a trip either to Free Little Libraries or my local used bookstore to get rid of all of these books. So that's it. And now I have to redo my entire shelves. So what am I gonna do? I don't know. Anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you guys are having a great reading month, and we will catch you later.